Hey everyone, it's Brooke, and let's do a book haul, shall we? Let's do it. My book of the month club pick this month was All the Ugly and Wonderful Things by Bryn Greenwood. From what I understand, this is one of those really beautifully written, controversial, love stories. I think it's pretty drug heavy. Basically, this little girl named Wavy, I think she's 8, and her father is a drug dealer, and she ends up having this relationship with one of her father's thugs. I don't think anything serious starts until she's a teenager, but do with that what you will. But I've heard it's beautifully written, that it poses some really interesting relationship questions, and that kind of character gray area stuff is the thing I'm really into reading, so I look forward to picking this up. A recent release, I literally just got it on Tuesday, is Kaj Johnson's new kind of novella called The Dream Quest of Velvet Bow. Not entirely sure how to pronounce that, but I saw it in the publisher's catalog and pre-ordered it immediately. I think this draws heavily on Lovecraftian influence, which is not something I'm completely versed in. I know it's about a woman who is, I think, trying to save her community, and she goes through this kind of dream landscape. Not entirely sure more than that. The cover is really, really beautiful with little swirls in the background. It looks like the stars and planets maybe. So I do look forward to giving this a shot. A comic I recently purchased is The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Yes, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, although this is not a fun, lighthearted take on Sabrina. She is a legit scary witch in this volume, and this, I had read a couple of single issues, but they were just taking so long to come out that I decided to trade weight. Sabrina is a character in the Archie universe, so yeah, and this is by Roberto Aguirre Sacasa, sorry if I had butchered that name, and Robert Hack. And a little bit of the art, it's very, if you've read Harrow County, it harkens back to that quite a bit. And then, of course, this book really needs no introduction. It is N.K. Jemison's The Obelisk Gate, which is the follow-up to the 5th season. I loved the 5th season, so I cannot wait to dive into this. Just today in the mail, I got this short story collection called Half Wild, which I'm probably going to jump into immediately. It's by Robin MacArthur, and it's blurbed by Laura Vandenberg, Megan Mayhew Bergman, and Diane Cook. Just for some ideas, I think it takes place sort of in New England, kind of the rural New England setting. The story's a border between civilization and the wild. It's a debut. Adolescent girls, farmers, aging hippies, disconnected women, and solitary men all struggle to make sense of their loneliness and desires in the stark and often isolating spaces they call home. Golden fields and white-veiled woods, dilapidated farmhouses and makeshift trailers, icy rivers, and still lakes. I've heard amazing things. It's really short. I hope to love it. Because I liked Science Preceding the End of the Earth world. Don't quite remember how that goes. Because I loved Yuri Herrera's last novel, I picked up The Transmigration of Bodies, again translated by Lisa Dillman, who I think is a fantastic translator. Just another little novella that I cannot wait to dive into. Do not know what it's about, don't want to know what it's about. With really short things, I kind of just want to dive in and go. It's going to take me one sitting to get through this, so I don't want to know too much in advance. Non-fiction-wise, I picked up Delusions of Gender by Cordelia Fine, How Our Minds, Society, and Neurosexism Create Difference. Gender is something I'm super interested in, so I hope to get to this sooner rather than later. After reading the first volume of this at least a year ago, I look forward to diving back into Princeless Volume 2, Get Over Yourself by Jeremy Whitley and, what's her first name? Emily Martin. This is a kind of maybe middle grade comic series which follows a princess who likes to save herself and her friends in her adventures, and it's super fun and great for kids and adults alike. After seeing some really good reviews of this and hearing Mercedes' opinions, I decided to pick up reader. I Married Him. This is a collection of short stories inspired by Jane Eyre, edited by Tracy Chevalier. It is what it sounds like, and I look forward to dipping into this one maybe during the October, November months. That's when I kind of like to reread Jane Eyre, so maybe I'll read some Jane Eyre inspired things at that time. To go along with that selection, I picked up Jane Steele by Lindsay Fay. I read Lindsay Fay's Gods of Gotham earlier in the year, and I don't remember if I talked about it on this channel, but I really enjoyed it a lot, so I think I'm really going to enjoy this. This is a Jane Eyre retelling where I think she's basically a serial killer, and I'm here for that. I also picked up Kara Spray's Sweet Home. I don't remember if I've hauled this or not. It's been so long since I've done a haul, you guys, but I do look forward to reading this soon. She writes a lot about family and stuff, and I know she has lost a child and that kind of grief and things that maybe filters into some of her writing. I really find particularly moving and hard-hitting and close to home, so I look forward to seeing how this collection plays out. On a big whim, as I don't really know much about this book, and I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about it, but I was just sort of in the mood for like some 1970s just throwback literature or something. I don't know what prompted me. Maybe the Meg and Dom quote on the back. Not entirely sure, but I picked up The Nakeds by Lisa Glatt. So this is definitely not something that I would normally read. I do think, though, it does hit some buttons. It's kind of a family drama. It takes place in the 1970s in California. Basically, a girl is hit by a car. She survives, but there's this kind of character study of her, and then the person who hit her, I think, is a teenager, and then there's her mom, who basically gets divorced, and then she starts dating this grad student. I think he kind of specializes in sexuality, and they end up going to sort of like a naked commune and living there. The hints of the name. So it's something that's definitely kind of outside of my comfort zone, but I've heard good things. It's super short, so I will give it a shot. Another book that I picked up on a whim, basically a cover by a Barnes & Noble one day when I was in the fantasy section, and that is The Girl with Ghost Eyes. This is by M.H. Borison. I honestly don't know. I think it's about a girl. It's the end of the 19th century in San Francisco's Chinatown. It follows a young widow, and I think she's sort of like a ghost hunter. She's the daughter of an exorcism specialist, and I think there's just a lot of myth, Asian lore and myth, and some crazy shenanigans that are going to go down with maybe some ghost hunting and some ghost killing and just lots of fun, fantastical, mythological elements. So I look forward to giving it a shot. And then the final book, and the second appearance of this author, is Kai Johnson's At the Mouth of the River of Bees. Short stories. You've probably seen it all over BookTube. I have yet to read it, and I need to. Probably really soon. So I'm going to get on that. So that's it for me and my first book haul since coming back. Maybe I'll do another one sooner or later. They're nice to do when I just kind of want to do something quick. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Bye.